everybody? It's your boy One Sneaker Nation, one half of the drop.
Sneak Ambassadors here.
Anita Heat.
So for a second episode, look at that. We blessed, man. We blessed,
Happy
man.
to be here.
Back at it.
Yeah, so let's make it happen, man.
Yeah,
let's get
man.
to it, man.
Absolutely, man. So, we want to talk about the homie Russ out of OKC.
Yeah,
you know.
talking about Ninja Turtle.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
That's all he did to your boy, right?
I see that.
He played him though.
See them.
He
Let
played him.
me ask you a question though. Before we get
Man,
started,
that's a bad man.
he's a bad man. He's a bad
He's
man.
nice with it.
But let me ask you a question. If they told you, you could either dress like Russ or Michael Jordan.
The truth, bro.
Michael Jordan win though.
Michael Jordan's whole career dressing.
The roof is
The whole
ceiling.
time he been dressing. He's got top 5 worst off.
I'm about to say, I'm gonna have to go with Russ.
I'm going with Russ.
I'm gonna have to go
I'll be
with Russ.
skinny. I'll be
So
skinny
you gonna
jean
wear
now.
that? You gonna wear that
Yeah.
Kanye shirt he had with the ribs with his nipple out?
Ooh.
You gonna do that?
I mean,
The bow tie with the camouflage
I don't know if I
pants?
can wear the JNCOs, man.
No, you can't do that.
Hey, JB had the JNCOs, bro.
If you had to choose between Mike and Russ, you had to wear that outfit or you die.
Oh, just that outfit, bro. Why does it have to be that outfit?
Yeah.
No, it could be any outfits in me.
Yeah, it might be there. It might be there. It might be there.
Huh? It might be
It might be
death.
death.
It might be death.
Come on, man. Can't be
'Cause
that
they
serious.
they got some Hall of
No,
Fame.
them boys is bad,
They got
man.
some-
And he got two different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
You got 2
yeah.
Hall of
Like,
Fame.
I can't get nothing in the middle. Like,
Come
Hall
on,
of
man.
Fame worthy horrible outfits, bro.
Come on, man. You set me up.
That's a simple question. That's what you know.
listen, and Harden ain't too far behind him.
Oh man,
Lime green.
I don't know what Harden be doing, bro. Yo,
Was that lime green or was that both?
PJ's outfits.
You right. I think that might have been vote, bro. You right.
Yo,
I think that was
that's
vote.
Lime green was that
I believe
both.
that was
Like,
So what we think about Russ's shoes, man, so far, man? Like, is it something we want to put on? Something we want to throw on? You know?
I think it's great for the court. But
which one are we talking about?
Which
Just
one
the
we
line
talking
in general?
I think it's
Yeah.
line in general. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
great for the court?
I think it's great for the court.
Okay.
But I'm not really.
It's not
moved-
lifestyle.
Not lifestyle.
Not even his lifestyle shoe? Like,
Nah.
his lifestyle.
Nah, I don't like the off-court joints. Y'all can have that.
Okay.
I'm not into the band
Yeah.
slash,
That's
the
the
flat,
vibe.
the
So-
flat
right.
footers.
So
That's what
I'm
I call them.
gonna be honest with you. Like, when I saw his lifestyle shoes, like, I know, like, Michael Jordan's daughter got her line of shoes, too. I really couldn't tell the difference. I thought...
You wild for the night, son.
Wow. You going
wildin'
hard,
for the
by
night.
son. You going hard.
Wildin'
by
for the
What
night.
do you mean? I'm chopping them up.
Yo, you are like dicing tonight. What's good?
What's going on?
Hey, man.
You want to talk about it?
No. I ain't seen no Russ shoe that made me say, "Oh, snap."
They're not grabbing me, man.
I know I'm different. I've always been different.
Yeah,
So
no doubt.
I
Yeah,
like the
talk
the
about it.
on-court joints. Now, the ones that the first signature that he had, I do have a couple pairs of those.
Okay.
They're pretty comfortable.
Right.
Let
I
me
like
know
them
a
because
little
they're. I got the main one I had. The main one I like from that one is the low cut though. They have the low cut version.
Right.
I got the all red one. And actually that's what I'll be wearing for my daughter's season. She's gonna be playing with the Aces this year.
Okay.
Okay.
With, I think the Lady Aces. I think so. Their colors are red, black, and gold.
Okay.
So that's one of my. y'all know I have an affinity for all red.
Yeah, I
shoes.
know you with the
know
red,
how I am.
bro.
Yeah.
That's the red, bro.
Hey, it's A-Town, baby. I don't know what to tell you.
I know you with the red, bro.
I don't know what to tell you, but
I know.
I like them. Like I said, the new one, it's a lot. I do like them. Will I cop them? I probably will. The thing is, I like them because they're so different and they remind me of Russ. Now, my question is it too much for a brand Jordan?
I know this. Like, I feel like if you wear those shoes, you should legitimately be wearing have like a bedazzler in the back of your head. I don't. Well, wrong.
Look,
Hey, let me go ahead and get my bedazzler ready then. 'Cause I like the shoe. Like I said, it's
I just
different.
feel like,
I love, and more than anything, his shoe actually, if you do, and I'm not gonna sit here and bore everybody with, bottom line is go do your research.
Right.
The storytelling of the shoe is dope. It's better than most. And that's one thing I love about Russ. Russ is Russ. He's authentically him. And I love the fact that he's an individual. I've always admired that about him because that's how I feel. I feel like I'm like no other. I love being me. I want to be me. I want to be an individual. I want to be different. Now, do I want to be that different? Not all the time.
Right.
But I admire it, and more importantly, like I said, the storytelling that he's doing with the shoe and talking about his life, I think it's just another element. It's almost like sneaker social media in essence because he's giving you his life. He has elements of the shoe from his kids to his brother, his parents, his wife. You know what I'm saying? He talks about his upbringing in the shoe. There's different aspects of the shoe. Now I know he's not the first one to do that. It's been done before.
Right.
But being Russ and who he is, I love how creative he is with it.
now I do what I want. Now I do what I want.
I mean, Russ definitely has a lane. I give him that, man.
Yeah.
And he's got a good following, that really like that type of styling, and then his freedom. I mean, his expression.
Yes.
I think that's probably the dopest part
And the
about
thing
it.
about him is his game on the floor is the closest to me, the closest thing to Jordan that I've seen since Jordan and Kobe.
He's a tough defender on
And
both
Kobe.
sides of the ball.
Well, it's the thing that set Jordan apart, and I try to tell people all the time is, and I said, I don't so much care for him, but I respect the hell out of him. And he is the GOAT. The thing is, Jordan was a killer, and that's what Russ is. Russ trying to put his foot on your throat every chance he gets.
But the difference is, a killer actually gets the job done. He ain't never get the job done though.
I mean,
You always gotta say.
Come on now.
Jordan had a lot of things happen for him. Jordan had a lot of things.
I won't go that far.
When you call somebody a killer, that means they complete the job, right? Has he completed the job yet? Because he ain't a killer. He aims to be. He aspires.
I didn't say I didn't say he was Jordan. I said he's the closest thing that I've seen since Jordan.
I think by his attitude,
as far as his attitude and
yeah.
approach to the floor and the way he plays.
I think it's a smack.
That's what I'm talking about. He's constantly going for the jugular. And I know what you're getting at, and I know how you feel about Jordan, and you know what I'm saying. But I
just feel like if and I'm not saying I can stay in front of Russ. Don't get me wrong.
Oh.
I would just say this. I would just let Russ sit out there and take jump shots all day.
And
Like
Russ,
yeah, but you can't stop him.
What?
You can't stop him from
What's his
getting to
shooting
the cup.
percentage? He doesn't shoot. He doesn't
But
shoot
you
at
can't
a high
stop him
clip.
from getting to the cup. That's my thing.
I'll stay 5 feet off of him.
you let him have it.
I'll let him have it.
I mean, I do understand what you're saying. He could definitely improve upon his jumper, but
I'll let him have it.
It's working for him.
So, but does he have what it takes to really like get this shoe out there
And people wear it?
and do numbers?
I feel like with teenage girls, yes.
Oh my
God, you bugging.
I feel like teenage girls.
I think this shoe is going to do numbers. And now this shoe in particular, the first one, maybe not. But I think this shoe, if you put this shoe in different colorways and different themes,
like
this
you do KDs, like people are gonna buy.
very similar. And I'm gonna tell you the clincher for me is going to be the price point. It's only $125 versus all these other signature shoes that are way higher. So,
but see, that brings me to another point though. You got Kyrie. Kyrie's been selling his pair. I think Kyrie got a dope sneaker.
Yeah.
But one thing Kyrie has done, he's done a collaboration
that's
with
true.
Concepts.
That's true.
See, and I think once you kind of get into that, then you kind of flipping over to the fashion side just a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he's a creative dude.
I think Russ is trying to do. I think he might be trying to do too much by himself.
Gotcha.
I think that's a really good point that you made. The collaborations for
I
somebody like
guess
that
we're
would
asking,
be dope. That would really be.
I guess we're asking: is he influential enough to make you want to buy his shoes? And you think he's there right now?
I think he is. I mean, I think he's a transcendent player. He's one of the first players to ever average triple double. You know what I'm saying? As much as he is, multiple times. So I mean, in that aspect, he's not Jordan, but he is representing excellence and doing some transcendent things on the floor, even though he's not winning the championship, and it's not the end-all, be-all. The championship is not, and I know how you feel about that. But at the same time, I think he is influential enough with what he does on the court, as well as, the antics before the game.
Speaking about influential,
Right.
brings me to our next topic.
Right.
I kind of want each one of us to pick somebody that in the sneaker community that we feel like is influential or actually catches our eye, or we like what they're doing, we like their message.
True.
What they're talking about. Like, is there, like, you guys have somebody in
I'm
mind?
curious to know who yours is.
You really want to know?
Yes.
You got
It's you probably wouldn't see it coming, but
Right.
one person's page that I really admire, one person that I admire. I've seen her take losses. I've seen her get the shoes she want. I've seen her be humble. I've seen her be like, you know what I mean? Like, she's a good representative. She's a good ambassador for the community. Is Jody Rockstar.
I agree with you.
When we were writing the book, and
She was most gracious.
I reached out to her. Like, she was just helpful. Wherever I see her go, wherever I see her doing, I watch her page. Like, she's always showing love. Her sneaker game is top notch. You're not messing with her. And there's a lot of females that you're not messing with, but Jody really, like, catches
She's top 5.
my eye.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, that's one person to me. Like, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting her yet, but I'm pretty sure we can make that happen. And that's one person that, to me, I like. If you're gonna talk about what I feel the sneaker community should be about, I would say she's one of those people.
I say she embodies that.
I feel like that.
Right.
I can't wait to meet her.
Yeah, I feel like that.
I've been hearing a lot of things, mainly from, of course, our situation and knowing y'all. She's doing a lot of great things.
I mean, she shows love.
Yeah,
I mean, when she don't hit,
right.
it's real.
Yeah,
It's
real. Like,
genuine.
you feel the
It's
pain,
genuine,
right?
right?
You know what I mean? So,
Dang, she feel the way I feel.
yeah.
It's that genuine. So
Yeah.
Everybody's
I
been
like
there.
Not the fake fairy tale people that all of a sudden they pop up with a
And
sneaker
another one.
and they have another one, or I barely broke a sweat.
Right.
Like, bruh, you was in the back trying to, your eyebrows was touching, trying to get the
Come on, man.
I'm gonna let you
Going
have
on
it.
the DTs.
I'm gonna let you have it on
It's nothing, son.
social media.
Nothing.
Yo.
Who's that person for you, John?
Somebody I just kind of recently learned about.
Okay.
He, to me, this sneaker for me was like top sneaker 2018. That was the Union Air Jordan 1.
Okay.
So as Chris Gibbs, he's behind Union out in Los Angeles and everything. I think you really got this sneaker right.
Yeah. Why? Why do you feel like that?
The leather is thicker. I didn't have the original Air Jordan 1, but when I compare it to my other models that I got in my collection,
You can feel the difference.
This thing is real deal, man. It's durable, it's heavy.
So you use a lot of different materials.
Oh man, the materials is crazy. You got the foam coming out, the tongue and everything.
Okay.
So it's official. I really think he got the drip part of this right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Even the collection of the apparel that came with it, it's got the loose, the baggy type feel that we used to have like in the 90s and stuff like that. Growing up, he killed it.
Wow.
Okay.
That's high praise, man. Coming from you.
Sneaker of the year for me, bro.
That's high praise,
Yeah.
bro. Because I know some monsters came out in 2017. So
Monsters
that's high
came
praise,
out.
man.
Some monsters came out.
Wow.
That's what's
wow.
up for
Okay.
sure, man.
Okay. What about you, man?
Well, I'm doing a lot. I'm on this grind, so I don't have as much time to be on social media as everybody know. I'm gonna try, y'all. I'm trying to do better. For me, it's PJ Tucker, man.
Okay.
PJ.
Anybody knows me knows I'm a basketball nerd. I will watch basketball any time of the day, all times of the day,
PJ,
whenever I get the time. But
You gotta bring your pants down a little bit.
with
though,
PJ,
you gotta bring them down. I'm tired of seeing your
listen,
whole
the
ankle.
kicks, man,
I'm tired
that
of
he's
seeing your whole
doing.
ankle, bro.
I wish I had somebody like this to look at when I was coming up. It's so dope because everybody, you know what I'm saying, they just kind of relaxed. I think the NBA relaxed the rule this year, allowing for all colors. Shout out to the NBA, man. I appreciate it. This is
like
long overdue. It should have been happened a long time ago. But
before you go there,
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off. The WNBA, I believe, did that 2 years prior to the NBA doing it. So shouts to them.
Right
So I
on.
just wanted to share that real
That's
quick.
what's up. That's great. I'm glad you made that point. But I love what he's doing as far as he's making it a competitive thing on the court. He has the young cats like into it. They're like you see so many young cats that's looking at what he's doing and they're inspired, so that they trying to do it. You got rookies trying to impress with their colorways, with the different materials, some of the stuff that they're doing as far as customs.
Right.
I think he is really at the forefront of all of that. You know what I mean?
And,
he
showed up from the pictures I've seen.
Oh, I was just about to say that.
He showed up the sneakers.
He's a real sneakerhead. Like, that's the thing I love. But like, he's not somebody who's just trying to get.
I got money now.
Right, I got money, or even worse, somebody who's just pushing their brand. He wears everything.
So have you seen like the video of him going into his crib with like his sneaker closet?
I think there's a couple
his
of
whole hallways lined.
There's a couple of different ones. I haven't seen that one.
Oh man,
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it. Who did that one?
I think it was just somebody in general, man. It
wasn't Complex or nothing like that.
It wasn't
I don't really
George.
remember being
It wasn't
Complex.
George.
Kill.
Yeah.
I don't think it was George.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Oh, shout out to George, man. George Kill
George.
is a good dude. I met him a couple times, and man,
Blue
that
laces.
dude does a lot of dope things. I love some of the stuff that
Yeah.
he's doing out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to George. But yeah, PJ Tucker, man, I love what he's doing as far as just wearing so many different things. Right. He's wearing stuff on the court that you never thought was like a basketball shoe.
Come on, man.
And my thing is, like, even with that, and somebody like myself who I ain't crazy about seeing shoes that's not basketball shoes on the court, I love the fact that he's trying. He's doing something different.
Like in an Air Max one time.
Yeah, and you know, the other person that a lot of people don't know that does this, and he's been doing this for years. Cephalosha. Thabo Cephalosha. He actually wears runners. He's been wearing running shoes in the game for years now. A lot of people don't know. When he played in Atlanta, he did it. He did it here, and he's still doing it.
Nice.
So he wears runners. Actually plays in runners. He's been doing it for years. But like I said, shout out to PJ, man. I love the fact that he's an authentic sneakerhead that's taking pride in what he's doing. He's bringing a lot of creativity to the game, and I think he's inspiring the young players in the league to keep this going for years to come. And I think he's one of the main reasons why the NBA did lift the color thing. You know what I'm saying? The color band and all that stuff. So shout out to PJ.
I think he's looking for that Legends of Summer too.
I mean, hey, this dude, if he gonna get it, if anybody don't get it, it's gonna be him.
I think he can get it.
I don't know if it's anything he can't get. Dude, I saw something a couple months ago. Jordan was like, I ain't even got those.
Right, he's like,
Yeah,
where'd you get
Like,
those? Where did you get those?
Right, like, where'd you get that from?
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
When you got the man that's on the kicks.
Right.
Listen,
Jordan asking me where
shout
I
out
get
to
these
DJ,
Jordans.
man. Hey, that's a bad boy, man. That's
Great.
a bad boy.
So with that being said, and shout out to everybody that we just mentioned.
I think we gotta do that more often, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Give people their roses while they still.
Yeah, drink champs.
So we talked about Chris Gibbs, like he had a collaboration, obviously with Jordan Brand and everything. But how do y'all feel about collaborations? Are they necessary for the community?
I feel like they definitely are, especially when the person that's collaborating with the sneaker company or that like. I feel like when they go all out and there's a story behind it, like what's the ones I picked up for you from Concepts
and Luxury Goods.
So you remember when I said I went in there, like the whole store was that thing. Like I walked into it like, what the, you know what I mean? Like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like that shoe that Epitome came out with.
The trap joint.
Righteous One. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I took a like
that was one of the best
first couple
openings
people,
ever executed.
First couple people got the crates.
You
know what I mean? Like I was there for that. Like
Right.
that was amazing for the community, bro.
It was great for
you know
Atlanta
what I mean?
too.
Like that was great. That was amazing for the community.
Right.
I think when it's done, as long as it's done right, and like you said, they take their time and do it in a tasteful way. And like you said, they tell a story. Exactly what you're saying, I agree totally. But it has to be the ones I can't stand. I used to not be a collab guy at all, but I can't stand when they just slap it together. And you can tell they just slap it together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They really put no effort.
Right, and no effort put
There's been a ton of those.
Right, that's what I don't care for.
I know one that gets like a lot of recognition is that Sean,
the Witherspoon.
the Witherspoon.
The 97 and what's the other shoe? Is the one? Yeah.
So those are two very important shoes to me.
That was a big shoe for last year.
For last year,
Iconic.
I'll say this. you remember there was actually a contest
Yeah.
about which shoe was going to be made.
The year prior.
The year prior.
Yeah.
The one I voted for didn't get chose, but the response to that shoe, even though I didn't choose that shoe, I was like, damn, I can't even front. Like, this shoe is,
It's crazy.
this is a bad
So let me ask you a question. When you feel it, did you feel it when you first saw it, or you just felt something else?
There was something else that I felt more.
Okay.
There's something else that spoke to me
Right.
more than all the other ones. I just feel like collaboration gives you a more intimate, like, dealing with the shoe and the person that created it. You know what I mean? Like the $2 bill. That
the
essence-
trainer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the $2 like
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah,
like
that's crazy.
Yeah.
even now, years later,
Yeah.
you look at it, you like, wow, what a dope shoe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if it's not a collab, probably we don't get that shoe.
Yeah. I mean, now let me ask this question. Do you look at, and I mean, I kind of going to answer my own question, but
Yeah.
do you look at signature athletes with brands? Do you
As
look
a-
at that as a collab? Because they're doing kind of similar things as far as telling a story through, you know what I'm saying? Like we talk about
So-
Russ
Basically
earlier,
did.
you know what I mean? Like we talking about Russ. You know, Jordan kind of made it, you know, really
So-
popular with Tinker and all that type of stuff.
So I'll say this, like the Paul George
The PlayStation
PlayStation shoe, I don't consider that a collab.
special edition, I would say.
A special edition, but that's not a collaboration.
Okay, I feel you on that. I feel
I think there has been that question before. I just don't feel like, I feel like that's your shoe and you get to tell your story exclusively.
Okay.
So the biggest thing to me is like, so let's take that 25th anniversary of the Gel Light 3,
The Aces.
where every month somebody did their own version.
That was dope.
So you understand that? Like,
Right,
did you, like
right.
each
The
shoe,
word was they worked on that for some years.
bruh, like the each shoe tells a story.
Yeah.
Each shoe,
Every single one.
like,
Yeah,
bruh, you
very
and you
unique.
sitting there looking at the finished product, like, wow,
And they're all
like
unique to that.
all you need.
That
Even
location,
even
that
ones that I
area.
was fronting on that I didn't see till I seen them in person
Right.
because of him.
Right.
I seen him in person. I said, yo,
And then
I
once
was
you got to touch them
bugging.
and see the material.
crazy.
Some of the collabs that he had, it made me change the way I look at shoes. I'm not talking mess about a shoe no more if I
you
haven't
know
really
about it.
kind of seen it in person. Because sometimes you talk so much mess about a shoe.
But you know, we
you
used to
see it
do
in
that.
person.
Remember,
Yeah,
we used
that's
to do
what
that.
I'm
We used to
saying.
talk about kicks when we first
Yo,
hooked
what
up.
was the
And
one
we'd
that
be like,
what was the one that was like a Smurf blue Jordan? Was it a 3 or a 4? It was like a Smurf blue.
That was at 3. That,
That was-
powder blue.
That powder blue. I told I
that
told
shoe.
so much.
oh, yeah, yeah. The
I
like a
thought-
Carolina
Bruh,
suede.
Man, that
Yeah.
shoe was amazing.
Bruh, I seen it in person.
Yeah.
Like, really took my, like, I
We
was
was
like,
in Macon when we saw that.
bruh,
You know,
like,
that shoe reminds me of the do the right things.
Yeah.
Do the right thing threes.
That
Remember that
shoe
shoe?
was amazing.
With the because that was the first time people had saw some of the wacky colors on the Jordan.
yeah.
A lot of people didn't
Like,
like
it literally looked like you stepped on a Smurf.
Right,
But it, like, it just, I mean, amazing. Like, the texture, like, everything.
That's
it's
but
just
I
like,
always say, man, you really can't really judge a shoe until you see it in person. Because there's so many shoes like that when I saw the initial pictures, it'd be like, those are trash. And as soon as you see them in person, you're like, oh my God.
yeah.
Those are nasty.
Speaking
Like,
of-
Oh, the Leah May, the joints, come on, bro.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Bro, like, that's,
That sneaker's amazing. So I copped a pair for my wife. That sneaker's amazing.
that's,
And then the satin, well, I know that's not really a collab, but she hit it out the park.
She
And then,
hit
of
out
course,
the
I got the
park,
gray
bro.
pair.
you know what I mean? Like, she hit it out the
Corduroy on
park.
it.
So,
So I'm curious about, okay, so what about, what do you think about something like the Carhartt and Nike? Is that a collab that you consider that?
I would definitely consider that a collab.
yeah, that's a
I
collab.
would.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Not really my cup of tea, but
I'm a New Yorker, so that's my.
Let's
That's
say
my
that.
They had a
That's
95.
right in your
So,
wheelhouse. When
it was
I
like
saw
three-
that, I thought about you.
That's
but it was like
cool.
3 pairs though, right? Was it 3
I'm
pairs?
not
That was more than that.
Yeah,
Was it?
that's
okay.
They
That's
had,
straight up
I know it's a couple of
That 95.
Air Force Ones. It's that 95 is
The 95.
That's some
was
component
Woo!
Noriega.
serious.
that 95.
Like-
oh my God, War Report joint.
Yeah, that's
oh,
what,
that's
like,
the first thing I
yeah,
thought of.
you know what I mean? Like, it's like like
that's War Report.
Like some
Yes.
joints, they gonna hit home with you because they're telling a story that you either from there or you understand it.
Now, you
it
know,
might not hit with everybody else, but it hit with you. And
I
you
wish they did more with the. I know I'm biased. Everybody knows I'm a Vapor Mac guy. I wish they did more with the Vapor Mac as far as widespread. I don't have time to be searching for the super duper unlimited. You know what I'm saying? Release.
But I mean,
my thing is,
to some people that's part of the game. That's like going
yeah,
after
I guess,
after
you
them,
know what?
trying
And
to
I
find
used to
them.
like that. I used to like
It's a
that,
hunt.
but I
Like,
see,
can I get them?
I guess the older I get, I'm like,
I get
don't
what you're
have
saying.
time.
You probably seen it all, done it all, but like to some people it is the hunt. To some people it's the relationships that you've created.
Yeah.
To some people, you know what I mean? Like it just, and especially if it tells a story that you
Well, let's
relate
be honest,
to.
it's still the exclusivity. That's what people love.
Yeah.
They love that
Yeah.
exclusivity. At the end of the day, that's what people really love.
Yeah,
And I don't really. I'm not into that anymore.
I saw
you know
a
what I'm
post.
saying?
I saw a post. I forgot whose page it was, but I remember. It said just because it's rare does not make it dope.
Exactly.
And I was like, wow.
Exactly.
Like that sums it up.
But you know what?
You
The
know what
OG,
I mean? Like,
the OG D Wells told me that a long time ago.
yeah.
Like,
He got
listen,
a lot of
I
knowledge, man.
I am. Listen, you can call me whatever you want to call me. Call me the GR King. Guess what? I'll be that. But I'm gonna have a hot pair of sneakers on that I love. It's not about what you love. It's about what I like. The same way it's about what you like. And at the end of the day,
Hey,
as long as you rocking what you want to rock,
I'm
do
about to
what
tell
you
you
do.
something. I'm about
My
to
thing
tell you
is,
something. Put me in some Bo Jacksons for the rest of my life, I'll be all right. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro.
That maize and
I'm
blue.
with It's certain, but it's certain shoes like that where, and that's what I'm getting to. That's the reason why I'm getting rid of so many kicks, because really and truly I want to get down to I call it a hot 100. You know what I'm saying? I want to get down to about a hot 100.
Good luck with that.
Where I know.
Good luck with that.
You
Good
know
luck with
me
that.
too
Good
well.
luck with
But I really, that's my goal. My goal is to get down to a hot 100 where I can look at these shoes and every single shoe is like, that's a dope ass. Oh, that's shit. It just takes my breath away. I want all my shoes to do that. Right. I don't want to just look at a shoe and just be like, because you know how it is. We all have impulse buys.
Oh yeah.
We see a shoe, especially when you out and about.
Regretful buys.
And especially with us, because we like to travel. When you out in another city, that's the best time to cop, because it's like you're gonna remember copping it from this store at this time during this trip. You know what I'm saying? So as you get older, that's kind of stuff you get into. But the thing is, with that, all those shoes, when you get back home, don't mean the same. You know what I mean? It's some shoes are just better than others.
Speaking of other cities, I know me and John have never had the pleasure of going to Sneaker Summit.
Great.
Can you explain Sneaker Summit for those of us that have never been to Sneaker Summit? Because from the pictures, the videos, everything that I see, like it feels like an event that I need to do before I die.
And I know these are my peoples, and I consider them family, extended family. But I feel like you can't call yourself a sneakerhead unless you do certain things.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things. Like this is almost like going to Mecca. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I hate to be that dramatic, but it really is. You just can't understand it until you're there.
Right.
Because to see so many like-minded people in the same space, I mean, it's very similar to a dunk exchange, of course, but the love and the reception that you get from people down there in H-Town, man. And you know what I'm saying? H-Town, I've adopted it as my second home. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I go down there, I get so much love, man. It's unbelievable, and it's all because of kicks. And these people treat you like, you know what I'm saying, you family as soon as you get there, all because you have a love of kicks. And it's so many people. I'm talking about I've seen babies to the oldest of the old. I'm talking about in wheelchairs, rolling through. Like, you see everything, anything that you could ever think of sneaker related, you're gonna see there.
Wow.
Like, it's something that everybody has to do, man. You have to do it. You can't consider yourself a sneakerhead unless you go to something of this magnitude. And I haven't been to anything else like it.
Wow.
You know, and I've done events. You know what I'm saying? I was at one point. That's all I. You know, that was one of the main things I did. You know, in Atlanta was throw events. And you know, y'all know kind of how we met, but. The bottom line is, even with all the events I've thrown, nothing compares to it. And I've done events with Clark Kent, with I mean everybody, you know, Mayor. I've done stuff with you know, you name it. I've done events with these people, and even they say that. You know what I'm saying? Like the first person that kind of put me up on game was Clark, and he was just like, dude, I'm like, he's, you know, Clark is Clark.
To that interview.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
Clark, but you know, Clark is my man. He's one of the OGs for me. He's
Right.
you know one of the cats I look up to. But Clark told me, he was just like, Leo, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Just go.
Yeah.
Just go. He would just tell you, just go.
see that.
Just go. He's not even a man of all that rah-rah. He's, you know, Clark is very direct.
Yeah.
He don't play around. He ain't no games. But so, I mean, he's a great guy, but you know, he don't have a lot of time to be playing games with you. So it's like, just go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you'll thank me later. That's really that sums it all up, I guess.
Gotcha. So
What's up?
thanks for sharing that experience with us. We definitely want to.
And we gonna get y'all down there,
experience
man.
for
Y'all
ourselves.
going this year, man.
So I'm gonna say this. It's been another episode of the drop.
Been a pleasure.
Thanks to our special guests over here,
Yeah.
Leo
Anita
Cherry and Nita Heat.
Appreciate you.
A lot of knowledge.
OG, triple OG.
Yes, and I don't know if y'all got a chance to see the closer's foot right here. Go ahead, show them what you got on.
Yeah,
So
man.
I love that shoe.
Oh my
I
God.
love the Air Max 1,
Oh my God.
but it's like it's too narrow on my feet. This dude tried to train me on how to wear Air Max 1.
That's right.
Jahal, you gotta break him in.
I remember that session.
Jahal, you gotta break him in.
Look at the
Jahal, you gotta break him in. You gotta break him in. And my feet
remember that session.
My feet was on fire, bro.
Remember these?
See my face?
I brought these for you, man. Just be.
They're chopping me up right now, man.
So yeah, man, you gotta. Hey, listen. I'm still old school, man. Every sneaker that I get, I still relace. I unless it's something like, you know, the vapes where they, you know, you can't relace them. They automatically, you know, so it's a stretchy, you know, whatever joints or
Those are
whatever.
clean, bro.
Oh, I ain't never.
You not gonna, don't you do that Fat Joe shit. All right.
You know I ain't even down. I don't even get down like that. It ain't going down.
All right, man. So it's been another episode of The Drop,
Appreciate
man.
y'all, man.
We'll be seeing you soon, and just make sure you subscribe, man.
Definitely.
All right.
Yep.
Peace.
Hit the button.